welcome back. Welcome back once again. This is Rod Powell, and you're listening to the You Should Get a License podcast edition. Today, we have a very, very, very special guest. I'll start, I was at a conference, an agency conference some months ago, and I met a gentleman. He had come all the way down to Richmond, Virginia from Delaware, and we just got to talking, hit it off, had a great conversation. And today I'm really happy to have him as my guest. I want to tell you a little bit about Ebens Gene. He's a father of two, married to his best friend, Gigi. They are actually the founders of One Way Insurance Group based out of Seaford, Delaware, on the Eastern Shore of Delaware. And Mr. Gene is a man of faith. He's also a DJ, which we'll talk about. He's very passionate about educating, empowering others, empowering his community, and encouraging people to follow their dreams. And he actually has started a movement called the Dream Chaser Movement, where he's actually speaking to others and encouraging others to be risk takers as well. So Ebens, I want to just say welcome to the You Should Get a License podcast, man, and thank you for being here. Welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, it's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure, man. Let's have fun, man. Let's have fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, look, knowing that you are a native, you were born in Haiti, correct?
That is correct.
So before we get started, I got to say, ça passe.
Nabule.
So those that know will understand. Those that know will understand, right? So look, thank you for coming on and just sharing and talking about your story. Agreeing to just talk about your story. One Way Insurance based up in Seaford, Delaware. Now, I know you guys are a full service agency, so I'm really excited about this conversation because, as you know, this is a platform for other professionals who are just looking for nuggets and tips within their business, but also people who are just entering the insurance industry and just looking for, guidance, mentorship, other thought leaders to give them some insights on how they can continue to build their business as well. So before we start digging, really deep into the conversation, can you just tell me about, One Way Insurance? Tell me about the agency, like what you guys do, what you guys specialize in on a day-to-day basis.
Man, I'm gonna first start saying that like the name One Way Insurance. While he was reading my bio, I'm a man of faith. The name of One Way Insurance, I always tell that story, man, is that name come from God. Like it was God. If I was gonna come up with a name, it wouldn't be One Way Insurance. It would be Gigi and Ebens Agency. Right. But it was all God, man. Like it was all God. So business is a faith-based business. Yeah. Faith business, man. Since we started our agency, it's been a blessing. When I mean a blessing, man, like by empowering other people that look like me. Now, because I have two kids, a boy and a girl, and I want my son to look at me as an example to see as being a Black man in this country. Yes. That you could, whatever you put your mind to, you could achieve it. So we want to be an inspiration to others with this agency. The agency is a full service agency where we provide auto, home, business, life, employee benefits from trucking, from real estate investor, anybody that's starting out a business. We are like the gate. Now we are we are the person that you come to get insurance, but it's more than that, man. It's not just selling insurance. It's more than that, man. Just yesterday, I had a conversation with my client. She's a small business owner, and she was telling me about the struggle that she's going with. I could relate as a business owner, man. I could relate to her, man. Just giving her the encouragement, tell her, look, everything is gonna be okay. You're gonna get through this. Look, you just finished your first year. Look, the second year is gonna be even better. So just encourage other, man. Like just continue to inspire others. So we more than just a agency, man. We more than that. So that's pretty much it. And we are multilingual. So I speak English, as you know. I speak Haitian Creole, and my wife also, she speaks Spanish. So basically, we serve a whole community. So we're not limited. So we serve a whole community of people, man.
Wonderful, man. So basically, it's you guys are pillars, in your community, essentially, yeah. And that's really what it's all about. You said something very key which is, when you're in this business, right? Well, you said a couple of things I'm going to come back to. One, with the name One Way, but two, getting into this business, it's more than just about selling insurance, right? It's about, being able to add value to the community in a variety of different ways, but it's also being able to be a support system and a resource, right, for other people who are experiencing, because once again, you mentioned, hey, if I'm working with businesses, I can relate to their experience and I can give them guidance and feedback from their experience. So what you find is, going into this business, you also become a consultant as well, right?
Very true. Very true.
Because you're helping them with, you're helping them manage their risk, right? For what they're exposed to, but you're also helping them to manage, their mindset and how they're thinking about their business and how they want to grow it. And it's just very refreshing to hear and encouraging to hear. And, man, you said something else, just also being an example for your children, being able to show them, saying, hey, look, you can accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. You can make a positive impact in your community, in your family. You said One Way. This is something that came from God, right? And it's interesting when I hear One Way insurance, I'm thinking, when I saw your card, I was like, One Way. I was like, oh, the right way. That's the way. That's the way you're doing it. The right way. It's only one way. The right way. That's what I was thinking. So I think it's just really amazing, man. The things that are driving you, and what is motivating both you and Gigi to continue to build the business in the way that you're doing it. Tell me, I want to go back to even as a child, man. I want to know, because typically we aren't thinking of getting into the insurance industry when we grow up, right? It's something that most of us, we find, and then we say, man, how come I didn't always know about this? But when you were a child, 9, 10 years old, what did you dream about being when you grew up?
Man, I was dreaming about become a computer, working on computers.
Okay.
I actually, when I first came to the United States, finished school, I went to college, and that's what my major was. So I could fix computer, fix TVs. But I found out that that's not what I was. Later, I found out that's what I was not passionate about that. So growing up as a kid, man, I remember when I was back at home, because back at home you have that entrepreneur mind, the entrepreneur spirit, man. You have that, because growing up in a country where I come from, it's a beautiful country. You have to be a go-getter. So at an early age, I understand that, man. I have to have the entrepreneur mindset. So, but when I came here, it was a little bit different. When I came to the United States, it was a little bit different. But growing up when I was a kid, man, I want to fix computers, TVs. Insurance was not in my plan. God knows that.
And so in Haiti, was there any exposure to the insurance industry? Was it something that was talked about at all as a career path, or even?
No,
not at all.
Not at all, man. It's funny. It's funny. Some countries, especially in the Caribbean, they don't believe in the insurance how we believe in the United States. They don't believe it like that.
Yeah, savings, right? And in the Caribbean, you have money that you just save, right?
Yeah.
You put the money to the side.
Yeah, money to the side. So they don't have you rarely find people having insurance. You might find big companies out there that have insurance for their business, but a small company, nah. Yeah. No,
I remember that, friends of mine who are, West Indian, they're from the Caribbean, they have a lump sum of money, just sitting on the side, just waiting, whatever happens. So, yeah, that's my insurance right there,
Yeah.
But so how did you get, you were working on computers, you came here, you went to school. How did you get introduced into this industry? How did you get introduced to the insurance industry?
And this is how I got introduced to it, man. Because I've been in sales for over a decade now. So what I used to do employee benefit, offer voluntary benefits to companies selling legal insurance. You could say legal insurance. So when I start seeing other brokers coming in, present to the companies, to the employees, and I see other agents. So I start asking them questions. What's the process of getting a license? What you do? I would like to do that. So they give me the advice, man, and I went and I took that advice, man, and I got an opportunity to work with Allstate. But doing the process of the test, man, it was hard. Like I'm gonna be honest, it was not something easy, man. It took me 11 times to pass the test.
11 times?
11 times, man.
This is the property casualty test.
Property casualty test, man.
Okay, all right.
Now, 11 times it took me to pass it. But what I realized that most people would quit on the first or second try.
Yeah.
But I had people that invest in me. I had my wife that's invest in me. So I kept on going, man, until the 7th time I passed this joker, man. Like I thought I was gonna pass on the 7th. The 11 is something special about the 11, man. Like I passed this thing on the 11th time, and so that's how I got here, man. It's not been easy. It's not been easy, but it's been a blessing, man. It's been a blessing.
No, that's amazing, man. I mean, you know, we're going to talk about, you know, dream chasers and kind of what that means and how you founded it. But I mean, just already, you know, saying, hey, look, you know, I took this test 11 times. So if somebody took it once or they took it twice and they didn't pass and they give up, right? You can say, look, I took this thing 11 times and built a successful agency, you know, after the fact, a family business. I think that's amazing. Now you spent some time prior to your licensing. You were you've been in sales. You were also in the banking industry.
Banking industry, yeah.
Well,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so, the banking industry was a little bit different than insurance. Different, yeah. But yeah, I spent quite some. I didn't spend about a couple years in the banking.
Okay.
Selling. I just love helping people, man. I love helping people, man. And the insurance just fell into my lap, and I just run with it, man.
Nice. So you found the initially when you started, you were in the voluntary benefit space, which is cool. I mean, I started in the voluntary benefit space as well. Mm-hmm. How'd you get introduced to that? So going from the banking industry, what, you know, did you see an interview? Did someone tell you about it? Like, how'd you get introduced to the voluntary space?
Actually, it was actually a good friend of mine who was on that space already, and he introduced me to that. And I learned most of the skill I learned from that good friend.
Yes.
And he introduced me, and I fall in love with just helping small business owner, helping employees. I fall in love with that, man. It's like it become a part of me. So that's how I got introduced to that from a good friend of mine. Nice.
I ask because, you know, oftentimes when people are introduced into the insurance industry, and I feel like when you're introduced from a worksite standpoint, you're kind of lucky, right? Like I felt lucky to be introduced on a worksite standpoint, because many times when people they're introduced in more of an individual marketplace, which is still great, still a strong place to work in. But in the work side, it's a different kind of feel. It's a different kind of touch when you're going in and you're talking to those employees. Is that something that you felt came natural to you based on your previous experiences, or was it something that you had to kind of get comfortable with over time?
I had to get comfortable with it, man. Just doing it over and over again. I remember, like, I came back to my mentor. I was like, look, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm like, what I'm doing wrong. Like, I go back, it's like, hey, this is what I did, and this is the result I'm getting. Yes. So I had to feel comfortable doing group presentation in front of employees, and I just kept on doing it, getting better each time. Yeah. And start talking to decision maker. No, so it was a skill. It was a skill I had to learn from my mentor, man. And now over the years, yes, I mastered that skill.
Yes,
it's still a work in progress. But from when I started till now, yeah, there's a big there's a big adjustment.
Yeah. And definitely, saying, hey, look, I'm going to go from the voluntary space into property and casualty, like that's an even bigger adjustment, right? Like,
Yes.
So in seeing that, so how long were you working in the voluntary space before you decided to go and get that PNC license?
4 years.
Okay.
4 years, yeah, 4 years.
Okay.
4 years into 4 years. And then I got introduced, like when I was talking to those brokers and those agents, they told me the step and how to get my license. Then what I did, I went and put an application with Allstate because I need some experience.
Yes.
I need some experience because getting into this industry, man, you need experience. So I went to get the experience with Allstate, and my wife actually, she's been in the independent side, so she's been doing insurance over going 13 years now.
Gotcha.
So she told me about going to the independent side, which I did. I left Allstate, I went into the independent side, and I fell in love with it, man. It was a game changer when I went to the independent side.
I was gonna ask you, who was licensed longer? Who was licensed first? Okay.
She's been in the game longer. Now a lot of people think that I've been in the game longer because they always see my face. She's like doing the back hand scene. But I was like, she's been in the game longer than I. So
was she one of those people like, hey, you should go ahead and get your insurance license, or was she like, hey, you're doing fine, doing what you're doing? Where was she at on it?
She said, go for it.
Nice. Yeah, man.
And she invests, like every time I didn't pass it, man, it was like she told me, keep going. And just to let people know too, like every time you don't pass it, as you know, there's an investment that you have to put out.
That's right.
There's an investment.
That's right.
It hurt the pocket, but in the long run, it helped the pocket.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, look, you made that back, maybe it's over at this point. No, absolutely. So, going from the voluntary, going into the PNC, tell me, what was it? So you started with Allstate just to get some experience. Was that your idea? Say, hey, I'm going to start with this agency first, because you could have just gone straight independent initially.
True. They were the first one that give me the opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, they were the first one. Yeah. So I took it. I took the opportunity and learn some stuff. Learn a lot of stuff from that as being a captive agent.
Yeah.
But the independent side, it was actually my wife's idea, just to go on the independent side.
So in the licensing, right? And then I want to go back to kind of your first year, as running an agency. In the licensing, do you feel like the life and health side was harder, or do you feel like the property and casualty side was harder?
That, to me, it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same. Because I don't want to scare people away. Because funny thing, we had that conversation during lunch. It's the same. It's the same. When you look at the book, some people are scared of PNC. To me, it's the same. Even though it took me 11 times to pass the PNC, but it's the same.
Yeah. I mean, I think that for me, I felt like I actually felt like the PNC was a little bit harder than the life and health, because the life and health was more like law-based, and some of the things seem like, okay, if I can use some type of deductive reasoning, it'll make sense just from a pure, like an ethical standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. But the PNC actually started to break down all of the different policy types. And when I was taking that test, I was like, hold on, is it HO7, HO5, what? So that's just me, man. But so I get it on the 11 times on the property casualty, because I thought that test was way harder than my life and health test. But going back to starting the agency, saying, hey, look, I'm going to go ahead and launch that agency. What did you find was the biggest difference between being captive on your Allstate experiences versus starting making that decision to go into the independent side?
Independent side, that one, man, starting an agency, it's not an easy process, but what I found out is that, man, a lot of people that I asked, they don't want to share the knowledge. A lot of people was hitting the knowledge, because I was asking questions. How you get a broker license? How do you do this? A lot of people just hit that knowledge, man. And I had to look some other way around to get that knowledge, how to start the agency.
Yeah.
So from the beginning, man, it's like it was kind of hard, like just to get the information to start the agency.
Yeah.
So even where I used to work at now, where the independent broker I used to work with, it was kind of hard, like to even ask questions. Like people was hitting those information, and they didn't want to share those information because I don't know if they see something, they see something that in me that I didn't see, but it was like, if I give this guy that information, they're gonna go surprise me. Now, right. That's what I think a lot of people is afraid of. Like they're holding on the information, and as an agency owner now, man, we want to give that back. We want to give those information back. Like that's what we inspire others to go after their dreams. Like if you want to start an agency, my best advice is that to you, that go get experience. Go get the experience first. Yes, you can start an agency just like that, but I believe if you want to get the experience, you understand the industry a little bit better. Yeah. You be good. You be good because you understand it.
You put yourself in a better position.
Yeah.
You start. Once again, it's about minimizing the risk.
Yeah.
Right? Minimize the risk. So this is number one source of education, information, inspiration, on the most underrated career opportunity in the country today. So some of that knowledge, man, what are some of the resources that you utilize? Maybe, a book that you found that helped you, to get some insight on how to start launching that agency and taking that journey.
Man, the book that I read, man, and it's still one of the book that I still read to this day. It's by Damon John, The Power of Broke.
The Power of Broke, yeah.
Broke, man, like this book, like when you don't have when you're starting a business, when you don't have a lot of resources and people don't want to share information, you got to find another way around.
Yeah.
How to go into the community, be a helper to the community. So that book is one of the book that actually helped me out, man. Like, because he started Fubu, and he was telling you how he started Fubu.
Yes.
And how he started. Like these things, I just learned them and I just put them to work.
Yeah. Like he got his then I think he get his mom to take a mortgage out on the house.
Yes.
Yeah, so he can start his company and got everybody working in their house and doing his church and trying to get deals. Yeah, and next thing you know, boom.
Yep.
LL Cool J, on the commercial.
Yep. you are one yes away. You are one yes away, one person away to blow your business. Now,
yeah,
you're one person away. Now, one.
Absolutely. Do you feel like as an independent agent, like deciding to one, I think it's a great nugget. Hey, get some experience, with another agency, kind of, build up, your own kind of product knowledge and process, and then take that process and then launch it to your own. Do you feel like memberships in trade organizations like the Independent Agents and Brokers of America, do you feel like organizations like that were helpful for you in starting to build the independent side?
They could be, I guess it depends on the person. They could be helpful, but it really depend on the person.
Yeah.
It really depend on that, because you could put the investment out, but you're not taking advantage of that investment that you put with that organization.
Right.
Participating on everything that they do, being a helper to that organization, not just but being involved.
Yeah.
That organization, man. So it really depends on the person.
Absolutely. It's about what you're contributing, right? Because you're going to get back what you're putting into it.
Yep.
No, absolutely, man. Makes perfect sense. So let's talk about, some of what's driving you now, man, some of the motivations that you have. I want to transition into the dream chasers, because you said, hey, it depends on the person, how you take advantage of an organization of what it has to offer. Now, when we met, you had driven from your office in Delaware down to Richmond, Virginia to an agents conference. Tell me about what was it that motivated you, to make that trip? I mean, people make business trips, but you were like, you told me a story about it when we were there. You said, hey, I said, I wanted to get I'm gonna let you tell it. You go ahead. All right.
Well, first, I mean, with COVID, man, everything, like with COVID-19, everything shut down. Like people is at home, people are not in the office, man. And I was looking around my area to see what conference where I could go, get some new information, meet some new people. And Virginia, man, was the one. And I saw 2 speakers on there. Those 2 speakers, both of them, they were on my goal list to go see. So when I see both of them in there, I was like, yo, I'm gonna drive. It's only to me, because I've been doing this a lot longer, going to conferences. So taking that drive, it didn't hurt me. It didn't really hurt me, because I was thinking about like what information I could go and put that information to work, implement that information to take my business, my personal life, my community to a whole nother level. That's how I saw it, man. And I just took the drive. And when I got there, man, I met you, met a few people that I connected with, man. That was one of the best decisions, man.
Yeah.
And that opened a whole new door for me.
Yeah.
Just with other people, man.
It's one of those things where, like you said, you decided to step out. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, hey, I'm gonna step out on faith. I know it's a couple speakers I want to meet. I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna build bridges. I make whole new relationships, other opportunities, start branching off. I think there's a big lesson there for people who are taking steps but might be scared of what the next step is. I heard this story recently about it was somebody's video, and they were talking about a story about the horse and the boy. Have you heard the story, the horse and the boy?
I think I did.
Where the horse and the boy is riding the horse through the forest, and the boy's like, the trees are too thick. I can't see through the forest. And the horse is like, well, can you see your next step?
Yep.
And it's like, just take that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's like, just take that, because you didn't know what relationships or what was going to really come out of that.
No.
But what are you saying to people? I mean, what are you saying to people now when you're encouraging them to take risk about, go ahead and stepping out and doing something different?
Man, it's about taking a leap of faith, man. It's really like, because if you never took that first step, you would never know what could happen. No, it's about taking that first step. Now that's what I did. I went to the conference. I took that first step, and God made all the pieces come together. Yeah. Now, if I never make that first step, saying like, no, I'm just gonna stay in Delaware, stay at my office. But I saw something valuable, man. The information is valuable, and the people that I'm gonna meet there, they're gonna be valuable to me, and I'm gonna be valuable to them. That's how I see it, man. So you gotta take the first step. Anything that you're doing in life, man, if you don't take the first step, like it can't, like you would never know if you would be successful in this field, this business, or going to school. It's about taking a step, man. Taking a risk. No, if you have a dream, and if you don't take the risk for that dream, you're gonna look back 10 years, 20 years from now. You're gonna be like, dang, I should have take a risk. It's not too late, but man, it's like people are afraid to take the risk. And I encourage them, like, just take that first step. If you make that first step, man, that God is gonna help you with the second step. Sure. No, it's a leap of faith. You gotta take a leap of faith, man. And that's what we did. Even as the agency, I remember, to give you a story. I remember I was sitting down at my desk at the insurance company that I used to work at, and my wife used to work at another insurance company. And I'm texting. I was like, we're gonna do this. So she texted me. She was like, we're really gonna do this. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take the risk.
Yes.
Imagine if we didn't take the risk, man. People that we bless, in our community, kids that we bless with our event, our book bag event, toy giveaway event, like the stuff that we do in the community, like financial literacy, helping people, like just let them know what's the process of buying a home, how to put the insurance. I'm looking at all these stuff, man, and I'm thinking, I was like, if we didn't take that risk, we will never know. We will never be able to bless people, man, in our community, man.
Yeah, you impact the world, man. None of those things would have happened.
No.
Isn't that something? That's amazing to think about, right?
Yes. When you sit back, you be like, yo, if I didn't make the first step, because it's like a parachute. If you never open the parachute, you could fly, but if you don't open it, if you don't open the parachute, you're gonna die. You're gonna fly.
Right.
If you open that parachute, you're gonna hit a rock, you're gonna hit something, but eventually you're gonna land on your 2 feet.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
That you gotta be able to take risks, man. You gotta be, if your goals and dreams are big enough and they make you cry, you gotta make that risk, man. You gotta take that risk, man.
You gotta be able to get on a plane.
Yeah.
Be willing to get on that plane and jump off of it. Yeah. No, man, I think that's amazing. So, what you're talking about now, with risk and your dreams, and make you cry. Tell me about the Dream Chasers movement that you started and that you have running right now.
The Dream Chasers movement started about going close to 9 years now. Yeah. It began. It was actually my wife saw something, and I'm gonna go back to my wife because she saw something in me, man. I didn't see, and because with all the story, man, because like my story it's long, what I had to overcome to get to this far, right? And she was like, you could inspire people with your story, man. You could inspire people with your story. So what I started doing, man, I started writing quotes. That's one of the quotes that I wrote. I don't know if you could see it. That's one of my T-shirt.
Not by
choice. Dream chaser, not by choice, but only by fate.
Yeah. So
I started writing quotes. I started speaking against, like I'm practicing all these stuff that I want to do for the Dream Chaser movement. So what I did is that I started going out to different organizations, just to speaking to in schools, to churches, just to inspire other people to go after their dreams, man. Because if you have a dream, you gotta be able to take that risk. How do you take that risk? By taking that first step. Right. So with Dream Chaser movement, man, I inspire people to go after their dream.
Yeah.
So by whatever dream that you have, man. Now, whatever dream that you have, it could be because some people don't think big enough. So it's like I inspire them to go after their dreams and share my story with them. Now, however, there's a lot of stuff that I overcome.
Yeah. One
of the things I overcome is that English is not my first language.
Right.
I had to learn this language, man. It took time. It took a risk for me to say, you know what? Let me adapt to this culture. Let me adapt to this, to having this language, man. So it took a risk doing that.
But you did it, because I tried to learn Creole and I couldn't do it.
You can, you can't, man. You just gotta be.
I'm gonna keep working on it. Next time I'm gonna have something for you. No, man, I think that's awesome, man. So really, at this stage, it's about, kind of, not only running your business because at one more point, man, is I keep thinking about all the nuggets that you're dropping in this conversation. You said, hey, look, when you came down to VA, he's like, I could have stayed in my office. I mean, look, you and your wife, you're already running a business. It's already successful. You're already pillars in the community. People know who you guys are up there. But yet you still said, hey, I want to keep growing. I want to get more. I want to get more. I want to give more so I can get more, and vice versa. Yeah. Get more so I can give more. Yeah, right. And a part of that, when you think about the dreams, sometimes you don't even know what your dreams are until you're exposed to something that you've never seen before. right?
Yes.
So when you're having these conversations, you know, I mean, I know that for this platform, you know, it's about, hey, encouraging people to look at the insurance industry, right? Look at people and say, hey, come into this industry, give this an opportunity, because I feel like, hey, it may not have been the industry that you thought about as a child, right? But once you get into it, are you able to live some of your dreams? Absolutely. You know, right?
Definitely, man. I'm a testimony to that, man. Yes, you can. Yes, is it easy? No, it's not. It's not easy. It's not easy, man. No.
What is though? What is easy? I mean, what's the only thing that's easy is being lazy, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of hard because eventually you're gonna get hungry. You
gotta hunt. You gotta hunt to eat
something. So even being lazy isn't really easy. But the reality is, it's all about finding that purpose and fulfilling that purpose, man. And that's what it sounds like. You know, when I'm hearing you speaking and you're talking about, not only what you've done in the business, but what you're doing as a man in your family, what you're doing, as a community leader, what you're doing as a motivational figure, for those that come in contact with you, you're fulfilling your purpose. You know what I mean? And that's really what it's all about, because that's what we're charged to do. So here's a question. You guys have been running your firm. You guys have been running your agency for about 8 years now.
And actually going 4.
4 years in the business. 8 years.
Yeah, individual 8 years. I've been licensed 8 years. 8 years. Gigi been licensed almost 12, going to 13 years. Yeah. So the agency's 4.
Agency 4 years. Absolutely. So how do you now, hey, you built the business, it's running, it's operating. Like, how do you stay motivated to keep building? How do you stay motivated to keep moving up?
Man, my goals and dreams, man. I have big goals, man. And the agency is just one dream that I have. I have other business adventure that I wanna achieve.
Yes.
So those stuff motivate me. My kids motivate me. My wife motivate me. And my goals and dreams, man. Because I'm not done yet. Like there's a lot of stuff that I wanna achieve. And I can't stop. No, I can't stop. I can't stop yet, man. Like if God give me this breath, man, I'm gonna keep going chasing my dreams, man. Absolutely. Keep living my dreams, man. And I'm not done yet, man. We just getting started, man. We just getting started.
You guys are still young too. Like you guys, young, early 30s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So y'all got time. How old are your children?
4 and 3.
4 and 3. Oh man, no, that's a great age too. Yeah. They're eating, but I'm telling you, more is coming.
What's coming?
You got 4 boys. So yes, more is coming. Are y'all done? Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what you say.
You like my I have one of my colleagues. He had 4 boys, and I was like, man, I don't know how you do it. Man. I was like, yo, you gotta give me some. What's the secret?
And dirt in the ball. Dirt in the ball. So, for boys, no, but man, look, there's no greater joy that I've experienced, than fatherhood, and being able to watch them grow and just be a part of their development and learn from them as well. And I think that if I'm sharing something from one father to another, is just be open to learning from your children, because they're going to teach you. They're our mirrors. Their personality is really a reflection of our personality.
100% agree. Yeah. 100% agree. Yeah.
And they have their own, right? So and whatever they have is really maybe whatever it is that they do that is going to irk us, because they're going to do things that irk us, is probably something that we need to learn about in ourselves. Probably something that we're doing to irk other people. Yep. That we need to address, right? If we see them doing it. So, nah, man, that's just amazing to see that. And You know, I mean, look, bro, you grown. Look, we met in person, you know, one time, you know, but I'm just proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Like in everything that you're accomplishing and everything that you're building. Tell me something. All right. You know, you came to the country, you came to this country as a child, you had to learn the language, you went to computers, you've been in sales, banking. Now you're running a successful agency, full service. It is a phenomenal story. We are waiting for the book to come out, by the way.
Yeah.
We are waiting for the
I like that. I like that. You speaking of existence, man. I like that. I like that, man. Pretty soon. It's coming.
Tell me something. So how is your life different pre having your insurance license, post having your insurance license?
The different, I'm making an impact now than when I'm still an insurance agent, but when I was insurance, when I first got my license, I was learning the industry.
Yes.
Yeah, I was helping people, but at the same time, I was not empowering them.
Mm-hmm. But
when I come to this side as being an owner, I empower people more, just inspire them. Like it's like when I help somebody, man, it make me feel good sleeping at night.
Yeah.
No, I know that I made a difference on their life. No, they don't have to get a policy. Just having a conversation with somebody, man, that could change their life. No, so I think this one is more. This one is more than when I first started, man. Like when I first started, just learning the business, but now, man, it's just like empower people, man. Like empower people, especially people like us. Now, like get into this industry. That's one thing that like we was talking about earlier today. How can we continue to be an inspiration to have more people come into the industry, not as being an agent, being an agency owner.
Yeah.
How can we do that? How can we come together to do that, man? To have more people, man. Because this industry, it could change your life. It could change your life, man. And it did for me. And I have people that I know it did for them, man. But we're gonna go back again, man. It's that leap of faith. And they gotta see people that look like them. If a young Black person see that you're doing very well, you inspire them, they're gonna be asking you a question, how do I get my license? What do I need to do?
Yeah.
They're gonna ask you those questions.
True.
That's what we want, man. We want to continue to empower people to get into this industry, man, and make a change.
Yeah.
It's not an agent, but owners, man. As being owners, man.
Love it. I love it, man. I love it. Let me. Okay, here's another question. This is kind of piggybacking off of the last one. I mean, you're very positive. You're very positive. Your outlook on life and on business is just light. It's just all light, right? Do you feel like, and you may have been like this before you got into the industry, you know, I don't know. So I'm asking, do you feel like, no, not do you feel like, tell me, how has having a license changed you as a person?
The way it changed me, man, the way I used to think about life, like especially like when it comes to insurance. When you think about insurance, growing up, it's not like something that you even like think about like the importance of it. The importance of having insurance for your asset. No, like it changed my mindset, man. Like the way I look at things now. No, because insurance has been here for years and 100 years since the day God created this earth, man. So it's just having a different perspective in life, man. When it comes to understanding insurance, it changed me. Like the mindset, like the way I heard people talking about insurance could be auto, home, life. business, like the way I heard people talking about like insurance, it was negative. It was not something positive, man.
Right.
You know? So when I got into this industry, I put in my mind that, look, I'm gonna have a great positive mindset.
Yeah.
About this industry. So I had to change my mindset, because for the people that I was around with talk about, they didn't say good things about having insurance in
Right.
place.
And look, and the reality is, anytime there's an experience. I mean, look, insurance just has a stigma. It just doesn't have like the best stigma, because you did have times, decades ago where, people were manipulating, and taking advantage of. And a lot of times it was other people outside of our communities doing it to people within our communities. Right.
Yes.
And it was warranted. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that ideology of what insurance was and how it worked was warranted because people were taken advantage of, which is why I think it's important for people like yourself and, even myself to, show people that, hey, it can be done differently.
Yep.
And what it's really designed for, and how it's a tool to protect what we have and build our wealth generations and generations to come. Because our people sometimes have been conditioned to be kind of deterred away from insuring themselves, for whatever reason, right? Well, we know the reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the larger unspoken reason is not because insurance is a bad thing, because insurance is a great thing to have, but it's because the experiences that they've had with dealing in insurance have not been fair.
Yes.
Have not been what they've been designed for.
Yep.
And you're speaking, right to that, man. I like I said, I appreciate you sharing that, and even that perspective of people around you before you get into business. Once you get into the business and you start learning, he's like, oh yeah, I see how what they were doing was incorrect.
Yes.
Let me show you how it's supposed to work.
Yes.
Right. How it's supposed to work and how, other people are using it.
Yes.
Right? So at this stage, man, you talked about the goals and the dreams. What are some of the next, big goals or big dreams for you?
To have as many as agency owners, minority, man.
Yeah.
I want to be an inspiration. We want to be an inspiration to have more people, because when I look at the numbers, it's a very small. But if I could, what can I do as an individual to make that number, to inspire other people, man? That's one of our goals, my wife and I, man. How can we inspire more people to get into this industry, be an agency owner? What can we share? What can we do? No? Yeah. Like we wanna be that. Like that's one of our goals, man. That's one of our goals. But we have to get around other people like people like yourself, no, to achieve that goal.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Look, it's a collective effort.
Yes.
Are you recruiting? Are you guys recruiting producers and agents in your office right now as well?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We are selective. No, I mean we.
Of course.
I gotta see.
Not just anybody.
We got not just anybody. As you know. Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay, of course. All right. Well, let's start bringing it home with this one. So, for someone who you would be looking at, right, to say, hey, look, you would be somebody who would, if you're looking at someone, you say, hey, you would be someone who is a good fit for this space. What are the attributes that you think someone should have, kind of coming into this industry? The character.
The character, man. You gotta love or really like helping people.
Yeah,
that's one. And it start with the mindset. You gotta have the right. For me to when we start having a conversation, I gotta see where your mindset at. No, that's the first thing. Because if this is good, if the mindset is good, man, like you could be in this industry. You just gotta change like that. That mindset gotta be right. You gotta be at the right mindset. Because not everybody that built for this.
True.
Not everybody that built for it, man. But having the right mindset and love helping people. I love when a person have an entrepreneur mindset. I have a young lady that's on our team, Robin. This lady, how she started in the industry, it's crazy, but her mindset is different. She have a drive to achieve her goals and dreams. If that person have that mindset, look, I have goals and dreams and I want to achieve them, but I don't know how to do it. Can you mentor me or can you help me? No, that's the kind of people that we're looking for, man. Like those type of people, man. Like it start with the mindset. No, start with the mindset.
Absolutely. And I think you're 100% correct. Like I definitely agree with that, because that mind can make you or break you. Especially like you said, it's not an easy business. Everybody's not built for it. And look, what I remember a mentor told me a long time ago when I was first starting, he said, look, you're gonna have happy hour days and you're gonna have bridge jumping days. Some days he's like, you're gonna leave a site and you'll want to stop at every happy hour on the way home. Other days, you're going to leave a site, you're going to want to find the first bridge and jump off. But you got to stay just consistent. Don't let the highs get too high. Don't let the lows get too low. Just stay consistent, keep your head down, keep working, and you're going to look up and everything's going to be fine. Yeah, so absolutely, man. So look, someone new, they're thinking about joining the industry, they're coming into the business, maybe they're riding on the fence. What are some last words of wisdom you might have for them?
Don't let that stop you. Get around with the right people. Ask the right people the right question. Because in the beginning, for me, I couldn't find the right people to give me the information because people was hiding the information. So what I could tell you is that get around with the right people. Ask the right people the right question. Now, because if you want to get into the industry, don't ask your brother who's not in this industry for their opinion. Ask somebody that's successful in this space and connect with them and build a relationship with them and start asking them questions. If some person come to you and you have a great relationship with them and they want to ask you how do I get licensed, you're gonna share those information with them, no? Because they ask you. That's what I would say, man. Get around the right people.
That's right. And if you want to find one way, you can reach out to Ebens Young. Hey, Eben, what is your information? Give us the website, give us the social media, so when folks are looking for the right way, the one way to connect, they can reach out to you as well.
Well, you can visit our website. It's www.onewayinsuranceGroup.com, or you could give us a call, 302-321-6727, or you could go in our social media, because we're big on social media, from Instagram or IG is One Way Insurance, TikTok, One Way Insurance, Facebook, One Way Insurance Group on Facebook. You're gonna see us, because we're big on social media. That's one thing that we proud of ourselves, man. Like we big on social media.
And look, Eben has already told you. You know what I mean? There's at least one way for you to get on the road that you need to get on. Eben, I appreciate you so much, for taking this time. You dropped many a jewel. And, I, for one, am so glad, that I met you. It was inspiring to meet you, even hearing. I mean, look, we do make long drives, but the reality is everybody doesn't do it.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't do it. And you didn't have to do it, but you did it. And I'm glad that we connected, man. You're a blessing to me. And I know it's going to be just a blessing, a lot of value to everyone who hears this conversation. So you out there who are listening, if you're looking for one way, all you got to do is hit up Ebens Young and Hopefully you heard something in this conversation that made you think to yourself, you should get a license. Until next time, take care.